Welcome back to another GeekaWhat video, and today I'm taking you over the best £300 gaming PC build for 2016. So make sure to drop a like rating and to subscribe, but without any further ado, let's get straight into today's GeekaWhat video. So the first question I get asked regardless of the build is, how will this PC perform? This build will smash the latest AAA titles such as GTA 5, The Witcher 3, Star Wars Battlefront, Battlefield 4, Battlefield Hardline, all those type of titles at 1080p medium to high settings, whilst achieving between 30 and 60 FPS, albeit with textures turned down and anti-aliasing turned to a low setting. So this build will also smash some of the most popular titles, slightly easier run titles as well, at really high frame rates, even over 100 FPS in some cases, including World of Warcraft, League of Legends, Minecraft, CSGO and Dota 2. So without any further ado, let me take you over the best £300 gaming PC build for 2016. So it all starts with the CPU. The CPU is the AMD Athlon X4 860K. 3.7 GHz quad-core CPU. It clocks at 3.7 GHz, which is very, very healthy. It's also overclockable, but if you don't want to overclock, you have got 3.7 GHz there, nice and solid. It's a quad-core CPU, which means it's got 4 cores, making it compatible with all of the latest AAA titles, as I've already mentioned. The AMD Athlon line of CPUs, especially this X4 860K, is the highest range and actually the highest CPU you can get on the FM2 Plus socket, and for £55, it's a great value CPU. For the motherboard, I went for the GeekaWhat GA F28M-HD2. It's a micro ATX form factor motherboard, which is right in the middle of the main 3 motherboard form factors, so it isn't the smallest or the biggest, giving you the best value, as you often pay a premium for big, you often pay a premium for small, and micro ATX is definitely my favourite motherboard form factor, with both USB 3, PCI 3, and all SATA 3 6GB per second, which is all the features you really need out of a motherboard. For RAM, I went for one 8GB DIMM of Kingston HyperX Fury Black, and many will question why I went for one 8GB DIMM as opposed to two 4GB DIMMs. If you watch my recent video about 8 versus 16GB of RAM, you'll know that a lot of the AAA titles have started to prefer 16 over 8GB of RAM. By going for one 8GB stick, I am essentially giving you the upgrade path to shove another identical 8GB stick in next to it on the motherboard to give you 16GB of RAM in the near future, as I feel 16GB could be the sweet spot for 2016. For storage, I went for a Seagate Barracuda 1TB hard drive. Hard drives are slower than SSDs, but on a budget like this, a hard drive really is the only option. 1TB, however, is a massive capacity. 1000GB, got plenty of room for all your games, music, movies, schoolwork, Steam library, Origin library, whatever it may be, and 7200 RPM is as fast as hard drive get. For the video card, I went for the MSI Radeon R7 360. It's got a 2GB frame buffer and is one of AMD's slightly newer GPUs. MSI have put a really nice cooler on this and it keeps it nice and compact, and £85 is a killer price for a card of this calibre. For the case, I went for the Thermaltake Versa H24. It's an ATX mid-tower case, and at £26 it's also great value. It's got USB 3 and 2, so you can get those nice fast transfer speeds and better support for the older legacy devices and legacy peripherals. For the power supply, I went for the EVGA 430W 80+ certified ATX power supply. The 80+ certification guarantees that it will run above 80% efficiency at all times, and that's tested at 80, 20, 50 and 100% load scenarios, and 430 watts gives enough headroom in this build for more RAM and for an SSD as well later on down the line. And for £300, this build really is as good as it gets. If you found this GeekaWhat video helpful, make sure to drop a like rating and to subscribe. Thank you very much for watching, and as always, we'll see you in the next GeekaWhat video.